found it, but if any of you fall and die and you're not up it,
Should be live now, Nico.
Hey everyone, we're getting some technical difficulties straightened out here because we're doing this live from Andrew's hotel room. Andrew will be here shortly. He is currently adjusting cameras and wiping his forehead. And here comes Andrew.
For the giveaway tonight, we're going to have this authentic brow soaked handkerchief.
Including Andrew's sweat. Including Andrew's sweat, just in case anybody needs it.
And if anybody in the chat could let us know, are we coming through okay? Can you hear us okay? I blame the HP laptop. I do as well, Colin. I'd also blame it if it was an Apple. Gonna have a Lenovo or an Asus if you want a real one. Let's see. Yep, can hear. Hello.
What a plain background. We're in Andrew's hotel room kitchen.
Yeah. All right. Nothing in the freezer.
Beer.
Beer? No. There was a chicken wrap in there I haven't eaten.
Oh, come on.
that was from last year.
The chicken wrap was from last year when Andrew stayed here.
All right. So, what did we do this week?
So, this weekend we were at the Northeast Large Scale Train Show in West Springfield, Massachusetts. Year 2 of what is hopefully going to be an annual event. Show has grown. A lot more vendors. The New Hampshire Garden Railway Society took over half the place with their layout.
A third of the building at least.
Yeah, a third of the building with their layout, and I mean, it was just impressive. And Connecticut G-Scalers were there. Kingston, right? Sorry, there was a couple of O-scale layouts there that I were not familiar with the clubs. What was it? Kids Run Trains or Kids Creek Trains?
Kids Creek. Yeah.
Kids Creek run. Yeah, Kids Creek, where the kids could run the Lionel trains. There was a lot of G-scale, a lot of O. I saw a lot of NES. I didn't really see much S. It was mainly O and G-scale. I want to say it was probably about a 50-50 mix.
No,
There's more G.
There's more
it's
G.
like 80-20.
80-20. So, okay, 80% G, 20% O scale. Major manufacturers, there was Bachmann, USA Trains, Pico and LGB, and some other companies sent some donations. What else? White Elephant Table. Oh, Splitjaw was there. Yeah, our sponsor. Oh, you guys play the sponsor. Sponsor video.
Oh, we're free.
This is a good thing we have an audience tonight. So we're filming in front of a large studio audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live studio audience. Sorry.
One of them may be a Sasquatch. I'm not sure.
Yes. Yeti.
But the answers to that question.
Want to know
more.
somebody?
Yes. Your armpit.
So we'll let you hear from our sponsor, Splitjaw, here real quick, and we'll be right back.
The following episode of Large Scale Live is brought to you by Splitjaw, makers of quality metal products for the G-scale modeling world. For rail clamps, expansion joints, bridges, and more, Splitjaw Products has you covered. For more information, visit their website at www.railclamp.com.
Good job.
Good job. You hustle? Yeah.
Look at our hot circuit. We'll give you a hug before we leave.
A hug? You'll give me a hug live on camera?
Well, yeah, all of us.
Yeah, if you can hear that voice, I'll let some of you guess who that might be talking.
So what else was there? There was a White Elephant Table where people were selling some of their used items.
Nico got robbed because Vinny won the Dash 9 he was trying to win.
Yeah, I put in a win for a Dash 9, and of course Vinny stole it from me, robbed it from me.
Does he live under your roof?
Yes,
It's yours.
and they're all going to him anyway at the end, so it doesn't really matter.
You just don't want to be circulating.
Yeah.
And you keep wondering why we're looking here because we're used to looking at the camera. The camera's actually right there.
Yep.
It's like I keep looking and I'm like, why am I not looking at the camera?
Well, I'm trying to read the chats also.
BTO Club was there. Hey, thanks everybody for helping out in the chat.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, as you see, we started late and I didn't have time to do anything.
So our plan was to have some of the photos and videos uploaded, but by the time we got out of the show and got here and got set up, because we had to squeeze in dinner between packing up everything and getting here.
My dinner's in the refrigerator.
Well, we went out to a restaurant. So.
I did too, but you know, by the time they got it out, I said, "Can I have a bag for this to go?"
So that's what we were dealing with. So we're sorry that it's not as professional as we would have liked. So what we do have is we have some people on board, and we're going to talk to them. Some of them have been here last year. Some of them, this is their first year. We're going to get their impressions of the show, see what they thought about it, and, you know, other things like that. If anybody has questions about the show, when I'm talking about the show, not our show, but the Northeast Large Scale Train Show.
And we do have a couple of giveaways tonight, which I have to get those out of the car.
No.
Or am I saying that right for the name we're in here? Is it car or is it car?
Cat.
Car?
Cat. Cat. So, I don't know, who do we want to narrating the live thing? Oh, live thing. See, I did a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. It was still an hour and 45 minutes to walk through. But you know, you were complaining way less than I expected you would. So I got to give you.
Thank you. I was trying not to complain.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to run out to the car and get what I forgot out there. And
What am I supposed to do?
well, I think we're going to talk
Turn
to the guy we keep talking to.
All right, let's get our first guest on.
And
You know him. You love him.
he can actually come around here because I'll go to the other side when I come back in.
Well, can't we? Oh, no, we can't turn that camera, right?
Well, I can pull it back some, but
Okay.
yep. I'm just doing this so I don't yank the power socket out of my laptop.
Why not?
The perils of hotel electricity.
Yes. The socket that we all would have liked to use, which is right on the end of right behind Andrew's computer, does not work. That's why we were running late. We had no power. We were trying to figure out some of our sound issues. And without further ado, the King Whiner himself.
See if you want to scoop those one.
Now scoot over one.
That's
Hey, you want to come sit next to me?
okay.
This way. Sorry.
I wish we had some like good music for walking along the show.
I can do some you know. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, look, the camera didn't break.
And our first guest, you know him, you love him.
I'll put up with me.
What's your name?
Hey, guys, it's Larry. For those of you who don't know me, it's Larry Otis. So,
So Larry is part of which club are you with today?
it's with the Central Connecticut G-Gaugers and the Big Train Operators Club.
Can we just recognize that he's the best cat dad?
Yeah, and I'm the best cat dad ever. Yeah.
So Larry's here to talk about his cats. So this is your second year at the show, obviously. I know you guys do the Amherst show normally, the Big E show in January. So what is your take of the show for this year? And I mean, how do you feel it's going? And
Well, I will say one thing. This is the closest. Last year was the first year, and we did a Friday, Saturday show based on the early East Coast shows, which were Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and everyone went home Sunday so they can get home for Passover or Easter or whatever. And it didn't go over that well. There was only 1,400 attendees, which is better, which isn't bad either. And so they moved it Saturday, Sunday, and we had 2,750 attendees. And I would say this is the closest to the East Coast shows that were in New York. And
the feel.
the feel, the look, the amount of vendors, New Hampshire sucking up all their clubs, sucking up all the space.
Yeah.
but the three G-scale layouts were great. They all had differences in the way they set up.
Scenery.
The guys from Kingston had a huge industrial
Yeah, the
buildings.
grain
Yeah.
building, yeah.
So, yeah, it was great. And I look at it more, yeah, did I spend money? Absolutely. But to me, it's more of a social event, getting
Yeah.
together with people. Some people I might only see in January,
Don't get choked up.
April, and possibly at the BTOC in June.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, again, yeah, a lot of these people we only see once a year.
Yeah.
And we did have a special guest from Ireland.
yeah.
Uh,
Was that Tim Stump or Ivor?
we're not
Ivor
sure.
Snoddy, yeah. Ivor Snoddy, who used to come to all the East Coast shows. And the last one he went to was the one that was shut down by the state of Maryland. And he,
For COVID.
and he hadn't been at one since. And, I had reached out to him a few months ago saying he had a call. Tia from the BTOC reached out to him. A couple of other people reached out, and
And the Tidewater big.
so he decided to come, and it was really great to see him.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him since 2019. So I mean, it was great to be able to see him again, and shoot the breeze and
Yeah.
talk about whatever came to mind. And one thing that was really cool at the show, there was a gentleman there. Shoot, I wish I had the card, but he was actually scanning you, and you can.
I got that done.
Yeah, I think most of us got it done. They will send you. Oh, here we go. This is Figure Fusion. Now, you're not going to be able to see it from here, but maybe Andrew could help us out.
See if I can get that close enough where it's readable.
Give them a little shout out. Figure Fusion did so they would scan you and you could do whatever pose you want.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming in too well, is it?
Nah, not really. But, we could
I took a
add that in
picture of it electronically.
there. Yeah, well, we could add it in there if anybody's interested in their information. And they give you an STL file of yourself as well as so they can print you. And when they print you paint. So whatever you're wearing, you're going to see like the gray shirt, the pants, the shorts, Larry's hairy legs if he was wearing shorts. And it was just incredible that they can do that. And they can print you down all the way down to N scale, he said. So I ordered myself a little Andrew. I'm sure Larry, I'll ask him for an STL file. I'm going to make a whole group of us standing around or whatever. I saw Stan Ames was sitting down and, he had his arm up like he was an engineer. I'm sure he's going to put himself in a cab of one of his engines. They had an engineer's hat if you needed it to dress yourself up. But that was really cool.
Yeah, and I found out that my daughter if any of you are into like fantasy games and everything,
Cosplay.
yeah, they were actually at PAX East this past month.
Oh, I think he's going to blush.
I don't know if we're rated for that.
Yeah, keep the hand where we can see him.
So, no, I'm not Donald Trump, but
Let's not go political. What else did you like about the show? I mean, I know I saw you walking by with your hands full a couple times. So.
yeah, I did stop at Split Jaw earlier because my wife said, geez, I'd like to look at some of the bridges. Maybe we'll buy one. And at the end of the night, we did buy one. Oh, that's from them. So, first metal bridge I've ever had.
Nice.
And
Did you get one powder coated or
no? I just got regular aluminum.
Okay.
And David and I have had some business in the past. He bought all my USA trained streamliners.
Okay.
And my GG1. And nice guy. And G-Scale Junction had a pair of the RHB cars that I've been looking for.
Oh, nice.
So I picked those. I didn't see them until today. I picked them up about an hour before the show closed. And I'm gonna tell you, between the White Elephant table and some of the dealers, there was some LGB cars that were going for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I got a Denver Rio Grande Rover's caboose for $40.
Sometimes you can't beat the deal
Yeah.
sometimes.
And, you know, that White Elephant table is partially a fundraiser as well.
Oh, that's good.
So,
And then they also raffled off a bunch of items.
Oh, yeah.
The -9, like Neil mentioned before, that Vincent one from Bachman, LGB had a starter set there. Let's see who else. Lunami had donated something. Splitshaw donated some stuff. I mean, so there was a plethora of items there that you could
win.
yeah, you could win. And again, like Larry said, one of the best, the thing that I enjoy most about these shows is just seeing people that I see once a year and getting to spend time with them. You know, I mean, being online and message them here and there and, you know, busting each other's chops, but, you know, it's different when you're together and having that connection.
Yeah, what's funny with that LGB starter set is someone had actually won it at the January show, and they spent 5 weeks trying, you know, putting the information out any which way,
Yeah.
trying to find them, and never did. So the person who won it, they have to ship it to them.
Okay.
The person who won it at this show, they have to ship it to them. But between the stuff that was being, you could buy tickets for at the White Elephant table, the dinner
Oh, yeah.
also had a lot of
The banquet,
drawings.
yeah.
The banquet had about, what, 25 drawings?
Yeah. They gave, Dan Gilchrist had made a custom 3D printed gondola. 4-Track donated some items. I believe Andrew and Large Scale Live donated some items. And there was a bunch of other stuff. RCS had donated some items. I mean, there was plenty of door prizes. And I mean, Vinny designed a gondola as well, which we gave away to, well, it was kind of funny because Dan Gilchrist gave away a gondola at the banquet, and we gave away a gondola at the show, and Dan ended up winning the gondola that we gave away. So
the funny thing on the one that he gave away, that was the one that had the most tickets
yes,
at the banquet.
yeah,
So I should have taken the 2 tickets that were for the people who were sitting that never showed up. But
yeah, you
at
should.
my table.
I was bribed to put tickets in for Nico's stuff because he wasn't getting.
Was Nico robbed again?
That was robbed. Well, I was robbed from the -9 because my son won it.
Just, you know, let him fall asleep and go in the room and grab him.
Now he knows.
Yeah.
He's watching. He's watching up in the bedroom. You know.
Look, I'll just go up there. I'll get it for you.
So yeah. So I mean, you know, for a couple bucks, we put what 5 tickets in. We actually put all 5 tickets in -9. Where?
He's watching.
Aren't you supposed to be here?
And I only invited him like 5 times. He just kept ignoring me.
He forgot the horse's head, so he can't.
Oh, God.
Oh, there he is. There's Dan. And that's actually what he looks like. I mean, it's kind of sad, but sorry, Dan.
That's before he shaves.
Yeah. Usually there's glasses on him too.
Yeah. One thing that you didn't see this year is last year, there were 2 huge collections for sale.
Yes.
One was a gentleman who had passed away, who was a member of the BTOC. And then the Amherst Railway Society got that collection. And then there was a person who used to sell at like the BTOC and a couple of other shows. And he passed. And one of the guys from the BTO was selling his stuff. So, yeah, there were, over by where the Central Connecticut and the White Elephant table was this year. That was where the 2,
Okay. Last year.
yeah,
Well, the Amherst did have a table. I know I bought something from them.
so did I.
Don't tell my wife.
And the t-shirts, they had some great looking t-shirts.
You enjoying the show?
Relax on the couch over here.
Andrew just departed the show and sitting on the couch with everyone else.
So, Andy, don't be nervous. It's just guy thing.
The Northeast show, they actually had shirts too.
Yeah.
Northeast large scale train show shirts. USA Trains was there as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. They had a huge booth. And you said G-Scale Junction,
Yeah.
some of the, more common people that we know from the shows we go to.
Yeah, and there was a couple of local dealers from New York and Connecticut.
Yep.
And I mean, as soon as USA started selling stuff, it was like vultures coming down.
Oh, yeah.
To buy stuff. I mean, it was insane.
Mark Olds just said, OMG.
He just figured it out.
And my wife even got into it. We ended up getting 4 of his Halloween boxcars.
Oh, nice.
So she now has 5. We have to get her a couple more. She might be listening, so I can't say when I'm going to get it for her.
So we drove up with in my wife's truck and pulling Tal's trailer, and we were about half full on the way up, and we sold a bunch of stuff, and we're about half full on the way back.
Yeah, I even bought something from you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that RHB engine runs fantastic.
It actually, it is.
Yeah, but it was that $50 bill that was stuck underneath it when I opened it up.
Yeah, that was great.
And Mark said he just woke up, but did you wake up or is this just a fever dream, Mark?
It's a bad night.
There was a lot of Aristo there for sale.
Yeah, I mean, there's always plenty of Aristo.
And then there was some, not that much Heartland, except G-Scale Junction had a lot of the kids.
Yep.
But there was a lot of like Delton.
Yep.
And passenger cars and box cars. And there was a Beer Whiz car over at G-Scale Junction that I didn't see until after I bought the.
Did you buy that too?
No, if I hadn't bought the RHB cars, I would have bought it. But I sold my Saber Tree Eat a Beaver car, so a long time ago. But
That was
Al Kramer.
Al Kramer car.
yeah, so were the Beer Woods cars.
Yeah.
But LGB also had a Saber Tree car as well,
Yep.
in the same color scheme.
Star Hobby was also there.
Yeah,
Another usual for G-Scale vendors.
yeah, and it was good seeing Don, considering all the health issues he had in the past.
Yeah, he's been looking healthy.
Yeah.
Looks good. Who else was there that we could?
That group that was next to him.
The group that was next to.
Oh, the guys from
Campack.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah, Campack was there. Colin, or if he's watching. Oh, there you are.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, and the Sacramento group was there for their
2025 convention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they were great people to meet as always. I mean, again, like you said, one of the best parts of these shows is just the people you meet and, people coming up to us. As I was walking the floor, I don't know if you had that, Andrew. I mean, I had people that I don't even know. Keep doing the show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting the hobby. I mean, it's great when people appreciate what you're trying to do for the hobby.
I paid them to do that.
Thank you. It made me feel good.
No, that was the one thing I was going to mention. I come to the shows because I like to see everybody, meet people, even before going to live stream. But it's kind of funny when you finally get to the point where someone walks by and instead of telling them about the live stream, they already start telling you, look at the camera.
Yeah, he's talking there. He's looking at your back.
Yeah. So, it's great when people actually come up to you and they already know about the live stream and they tell you how much they like it and how much it helps them,
Just trying to picture.
So, yes. And I did, don't watch it right now, but in the chat, everybody, I did put the link to the walkthrough we did on Saturday for the replay, if you want to go back and catch that.
Hey, Mark Bartel asked if there was live stream, and actually the New Hampshire Garden Railway Society set up a big oval
Yep, there was
running live stream. Yeah,
and there was MTH for sale. I had some MTH for sale in my booth. One of my friends bought some of it. He's busy digging in his wallet right now. He's not paying attention. Oh, hi, how you doing?
well, if he's paid money to you, there's no more models in there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we had a good time. There was MTH around. Andrew's sticking to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? Oh, Ole Valley Railcar, yeah. Dave Weber was there with the Ole Valley Railcar, and they had a beautiful What do you call that? It's a car that carries the fuselage for airplanes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the prototype. He also had the kits for his gondolas. He had other parts and pieces that he's normally selling. What else did he have? He had some other cars that he was selling. Again, always great to see Dave and his wife. I mean, it's just like I said, you walk around, you're like, hey, I haven't seen, hey, how's it going?
One group was there was the Pioneer Valley Live Steamers.
Oh yeah,
That are from the Springfield area, and they have like
7.25 inch gauge ride on live steam. Yep, which was great to see them, and they had a nice setup, and they had what was that? A Mikado?
yeah, I think so.
Live steam 7.25 inch Mikado. The thing was huge. And then they had a bunch of other smaller engines that they had, which was great.
And wasn't there a group that was beyond them in the corner? And I think that was doing
The Koi Pond
the
Club.
koi pond, yeah.
Yeah. So that was like a gardening and koi pond club, and they actually incorporated some trains into their little display there, and they actually had the live fish swimming. I mean, that was really cool to see.
And one thing we have to state, and it was great that John did it, was for the 2 days, they had clinics for kids up to 15 years old
yeah.
to get a flat car for free, put stuff on it, glue it down, I guess. And then there was a separate clinic each day for a G-scale building, and you could paint it and put stuff in it.
Yeah, they liked it, and they got to keep it, right?
Yeah.
They got to take them home.
And I know I had sent some cards in, but Charlie Rowe / USA Train donated 30 cards before the show. And today there were not 15 kids, but 20 kids. So USA Train said, yep, take as many as you need.
Yep.
So
it's great when you see other people giving back to the hobby. I mean, and we gave away the big train operators. Tia donated a starter set, which was a Bachmann 460 and a Circle Track and a power pack. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the fuselage card.
Yeah.
And we gave that away to on Saturday, and a young man won it with his mother. And they were just so ecstatic and happy to have that train. And I mean, they've already emailed me like how happy they are to have that train, and they got it set up and they're playing with it already. And I mean, that's the next generation coming up that we have to give back to and get them excited about these things.
yeah, there was a family that had been at the show, and they had come to the Central Connecticut booth asking if anyone had run a Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington engine with cars by LGB. And I had actually run it from 1:30 to 2:30. So, and they came at like 3 o'clock. And I go, I might run it tomorrow, I might not. But they had a relative, I think her father lives up in Wiscasset, and they had gone up to the railroad last year, and her son won the same set
Oh, wow.
at the drawing they had. And I know tons of people were buying tickets for that.
Yeah.
I even bought tickets for it, trying to win it. And I had last year, the year before, I had actually become a lifetime member there. So, great place to go to, and that whole area of Maine. There's the Booth Bay Railroad.
Booth Bay?
Booth Bay.
Oh,
Bay.
okay.
That's the only Bay over there.
Colin answered
And-
minutes ago, Stephen Melinda Junks. Which one were we talking about? Stephen Melinda Junks. They were doing the kids stuff.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And I apologize, guys. I was gonna show the video I took tonight of that, but again, I didn't have time to get back and edit it together. So on the next live stream, we will show that and promote that for you, because it's a great thing you guys are doing with that.
Another thing to do is if you get up on the I can't remember the call signs of the news station that came by, but if any of you go on the Big Train Operators Club, I put the link to it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
And it's the video from the show.
Yeah,
They
actually,
shot her.
they interviewed John right by our booth. So in our booth, we had, it was Large Scale Live, 4-track, Campack, and Sacramento promoting the convention. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
And there was tons of used stuff. And was it you selling the mogul for $300?
Yes.
Yes, and one of my friends who lives about 2 towns over from me, he's been into G scale since he was a kid, and his dad introduced it to him. He was the one who bought that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of good people coming to the booth, and they were excited about buying this or that or a good deal, and we're always trying to get the next generation involved, or even just. I mean, there people are on pensions and things like that. Hey, I don't have this ton of money. Would you work with me? You got to do it.
And my friend Todd from down the Cape. So if you see him, it's Cape Cod Todd.
Yeah.
Yep. And he bought a B&M Jeep 9 or whatever it was from the White Elephant table. And he got home and he was already starting to run it. So, and that's like for him, because of where he is in the Cape, that's about a 2.5 hour drive just to get to come here for like a half a day.
There goes the Kingston clubs.
What you're seeing there is thanks to Nolan for sending me the video. You'll see the fuselage car at the end of that train.
Not yet.
There it is.
Wait for it. You're seeing it before we're seeing it.
Oh, I'm in the future.
Yes.
I feel like Paul Cardinal in the future.
And there's the railgun that they're doing also, right behind it.
At New Hampshire Garden Railway Society, one of the guys had printed up 90 coal hoppers.
Yes, of Dan's coal hopper.
Yeah, and they were running that. And today at the Connecticut Club, one of the guys who's big into European was running 20 or 25 of the European style short tankers.
Yeah.
So, there were some, a lot of the booths at different times, depending who was running. There's some pretty long contests.
Yeah. I mean, that's some of the great things about this is you go see what people are doing. And I mean, some of the custom work and the kit bashing that some people do is just phenomenal. I mean, Andrew's breaking stuff.
He'll just kit bash it.
Yeah, he'll kit bash that later. Well, there goes the giveaway, so that's not going to happen tonight. But yeah, I mean, some of the talent in this hobby is just, I mean, mind-boggling. Nancy Norris had that. What is it? That, not the friendship car. What do they call it? The wagon that she had built in 7/8 scale. My mind is burnt tonight.
It wasn't a European style.
It was a European style wagon, but it was some train that we had sent over with food in it.
No.
That's the one they sent back. Yeah.
This is the one that the French sent one to every state.
Yes.
To thank them for
Yes.
for their help in World War II and after.
Right. Well, we sent baggage cars over there full of food
Yep.
after World War II, and then as a thank you, they sent cars back and sent one to each state as a thank you. So she had modeled one in 7/8 scale. The Dragon Brag table, some of the modeling that was over there was, just phenomenal. Some of the weathering, which was Large Scale Central over on the left side, which is right by you guys. And then just some of the stuff you see rolling around, it's not just stuff people are taking out of the box. They're custom painting these things, custom decaling, modifying. And some of the people that are making stuff just out of styrene and 3D printing, and like you said, that guy printed 93 of Dan's hopper cars.
Yeah.
There you go. There's an intermodal exchange somebody had built, and there's a beautiful Mikado, right behind that somebody detailed the hell out of. It looked beautiful. There's one of Stan Ames' bridges back there on the left. I believe that was one of his dual gauge. So, oh no, that's not the dual gauge one, but the dual gauge tracks the crossing right there. So Stan is doing as narrow gauge is the standard G-scale track, and then he's modifying a 40-ton Bachmann engine and making the actual gauge of the track larger. And it's just, and he's creating an interchange in his yard.
Yeah, there's pictures of stuff like that in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Right in the harbor where you could see where the standard gauge and the 2-foot gauge would meet.
Yep. Yeah, there's some of Dan's handiwork there.
You know, Daniel Gilchrist was everywhere you looked.
Yes.
Because literally everything he designed was running around or being displayed on tables.
Yes. I mean,
Dan, is that you?
and thanks, Dan, because now everybody's asking me if I could print that stuff for them, but I tell them I can't because it's yours. So, yes.
And there was one gentleman, it might have been Dan, who had made front noses for the Ampli cars.
Yeah.
To turn them into the old push-pull cars.
Yep. And actually, Mark had a question there about the contests. So that's something that we've talked to John about, and as the show grows, I mean that's not off the table. Reminiscent of the old modeling contests in York, where they had best engine, best passenger car, or best kit bash car, best building. What was their name? Reed. John Reed?
John Reed.
Yeah, John Reed, who is part of the Tidewater Big Train Operators Club, won many a times for their beautiful buildings. I mean, highly detailed. Just incredible work that they did.
One complaint, though, was back in the East Coast days, some people were saying that stuff won that shouldn't have won and stuff better. So, but everything is subjective in the eyes of the judge. They might see more of a passenger car person, more of a freight car, or they might be more of a building person.
Yeah, it's that's always it's a subjective, and you got to choose a good group of judges. But again, you could think this is going to win and that's going to win. It even goes when I bring stuff to sell. I mean, some shows I go to and I have no engines, and everybody's walking up to me. Do you have any engines? Do you have any engine? I had a whole table full of engines this time, and I sold one or two. It's just, you never know what's going to sell or what's going to strike somebody's fancy. Yeah, there's some nice weathering and kit bashed plow cars.
And it's also amazing some of the stuff you still find that hasn't been made in years.
And you find it brand new in a box.
Yeah, there was a guy up in Maine who was making wooden kits.
Yeah.
And I happened to have come across 10 of them that I picked up from my friend George Adams up in Wisconsin, because he's building them and he lives not too far away from the guy who made them.
Yeah.
And there was one sitting at a dealer from New York.
Oh, there's the car that Nancy Norris made.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an interesting history if you look up those cars.
Yes, but she had a whole write-up on that board behind it, and we're going to work on having Nancy on the show to talk about those trains, and also obviously a lot of people recognize the name from Garden Railways. She did the agricultural and the plants and trimming, and then she did some a clinic at the show too about pruning trees and potting them in the right way.
Well, considering where the show's moving into a building that's like 1.5 times the size for next year.
Your garage?
Yeah. Actually, it's the house next to me. I've turned into no. It would be interesting to see if we can get some sort of a group that does plants. Like at these Coast shows, we had two nurseries.
Yes.
That would show up.
Yep. It was again, you get the interest, and then you're going to get those vendors. They're going to sell, and they're going to be there every year. That would be great to have those type of people there again, because I know my wife was in those booths buying stuff like crazy for our layout back then.
And it's interesting. A couple of people I know who are down and over by the Mason-Dixon line are finally saying, maybe I should go up there next year.
Yeah. Well, we came. I mean, we're 5 of us coming up from North Carolina and Virginia in the car in the F-150.
Oh, God.
Yes. How long? From start to finish, it was 13 hours. 17 for Steve.
I'm not gonna complain about my 8 hours then.
All I can tell you is, man, I had such the hardest drive coming here on Thursday.
It was like half an hour.
About an hour and a half. And we stopped to,
Have dinner?
no, we stopped at the rest stops. Yeah. So we get the Velcro things to put the decoder on my truck window, so.
That was at the Merci cars. Thank you. I'm sorry. I am exhausted. It's been, 3-4 days of talking and.
I don't have the video handy, but I do have a picture of one of the kids working on the cards at the table there. It's not the best one in the world.
And thanks to Nick for reminding us to take pictures of Merci.
Why not?
Yeah. Thanks for being relentless, Nick. I'll remind you about it. I see you tomorrow.
Again and again and again and again and again.
If you go to the Facebook page for the BTOC, you'll see the link I did to the TV station.
Yeah.
Video. I don't know if it's legal for you to play that or not.
Oh yeah, it might be. That might be something that we have to look into.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh,
Hey, okay.
was he pretending to be a kid?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I was trying to get onto the table so I could make a flat card.
Yeah, so you could resell it.
So actually, I was taking a picture of the Kingston Club there. They had all the members standing together, and I had just walked around. They're like, "Hey, can you take a picture?"
All 5 of them?
Yes. And there's Dan winning the card that Vinny made that we raffled off, that 4-track raffled off.
Larry got robbed.
Larry got robbed on that one.
Dan had a question.
Oh, what did he say?
I just popped it up there.
No, you didn't. Not yet. Remember, we're on delay. Thank you. The steaming tender. Oh, yeah. So the steaming tender is if anybody comes up to this area, steaming tender is a wonderful restaurant. I mean, we just had a great time. It's in the V of Norfolk Southern and the other railroad. What? No, the other railroad. Oh,
Actually, at one point, there used to be 5 railroads that terminated.
yeah.
It's steaming.
And the other thing about that was a bunch of years ago, what's that, the Today Show?
Yeah.
Started the train across America from there.
From the steaming tender.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a great restaurant. It's a historic station. So, I mean, even if you're just into the, sorry about the movement. It's not an Earth Week, it's just Andrew movement.
New England.
New England Central, thank you. My brain didn't work. New England Central and CSX cross there, and Amtrak actually uses CSX track. So while we were in there eating dinner, an Amtrak train blew by, a CSX freight train went by, and then on the other track, they were doing some freight moves. And then eventually that train pulled out. And I mean, this is all while we were just eating dinner. So it was a great time there. And like I said, just the historic building and the woodworking there is phenomenal. The waitresses know the history of the restaurant and the history of, the railroads around it and even some of the area around it. It's just, it's a good time.
Yeah, there used to be another restaurant in Chicopee that closed down because of COVID. They just never could get it. But you used to have to get there by 5 in order to eat there. And you say, okay, yeah, I'll take the small prime rib. And it looked like something from the Flintstones at the beginning of the show.
It's like half the cow.
Yeah. And, part of the restaurant was in the dining car.
Yeah.
So, but again, it didn't make it. It was over in Chicopee.
Yeah, so shout out to Steven Tender again. Thank you very much for your hospitality again. We had a great time. We all went to dinner there except Tia. She didn't want to be with us.
It was like 46 people.
Andrew forgot to invite Tia.
Well, no, there were what, 25 people for your reservation and mine had 18 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think in total there was about 46 people I know who went to eat there that night. And my wife and I just went to the Longhorn. I'm not driving 21 miles to go get a bite to eat when I'm hungry.
It was, well, I mean, it's just a great place. So, you want to do a giveaway?
Just sitting out there.
Yeah.
Thanks. But the other thing is you're not too far away from rail yards.
Yep.
And when my wife were coming in on Thursday afternoon, one of the container trains was going over the bridge.
Yep.
So I moved the camera to the end there, so we could add somebody else in. We can still see you and Larry.
Yeah.
So who wants to be our next walk up here?
Who wants to be the next guy? All right, who's the next contestant? Let's go.
I'm not saying or spelling his last name.
Can you say any of his name?
You can stay, or you can come around to the other side.
Yeah.
If you want to
If
sit.
you want to stay over here next to Andy.
I'll stay right.
No, you can sit on Santa's lap.
Oh, no. None of that here.
On the Yeti's lap, one of the.
Everybody can take a picture with the Yeti. That will happen next year at the NELSTS. We'll have a Yeti pictures. The beard will be grown in a little more.
Well, actually, that's my nickname at a store I work at is either Sasquatch or Yeti.
So, I'll introduce my friend Talman. And you want to say his last name? So Tal was the winner of the East Coast large scale tickets. Yes, from Don and Sarah. I also somehow coerced him into coming up with us and got him to do all my work for me and set up my booth and take it down. It was great. I sat back, I had my feet up, beer in my hand, and Tal was working.
He's never going to be the same after meeting and talking with me.
Yes, I know. I mean, the trauma that most people are going to have is going to be different. So we just wanted to get your take on the show since you were a new timer.
Well, first I'd like to get a take on Larry Otis.
So,
I have to admit, Nico, I was asked to share with you the highlight of my ability to come with you and to share this opportunity tonight. And Larry, as much as you love yourself and I love you, even $100 is not going to say you are my highlight.
What I'm going to have to do is find out where he's staying next year and I'll dress up as a Sasquatch wearing a Speedo and knock at his door.
By the way, Tal, Steve Donald says you're much better looking on camera.
Of course I am, and I will send him the figure that I had made today too. So,
well, that's again, like we're all scanning, we all got scans and I'm like, send me the file. I'm going to print you. I'm going to print. I ordered an Andrew. I ordered a Gerald. It was like, oh, I need a Gerald and an Andrew and I'll take a Tal. So, I'm going to be adding figures to my railroad of all my good friends, and it's going to be great to add those people. So again, what was your impression of the first time coming up to this show? I know you've been to the York shows in the past, and I'm sure other train shows.
I have, and personally, I want to congratulate everyone who made it happen. It was a great show. I am familiar with the York shows, and this was like being home and seeing the individuals that presented for years. I think seeing the modules fascinated me because our club, as you know, we're somewhat of an infant getting into the module area. And seeing what other clubs have done, the lovely scenery and just how they create things in their yards, it gives us a great opportunity to go back and expand what we want to do. And while I'm at that, a great shout out to Splitjaw and David, because we did walk away with a beautiful powder-coated lift bridge that will be incorporated into our.
Yep, allow us to get in and out of the modules.
Yes.
Instead of climbing or crawling under.
Yes.
And one thing I do want to say about that is the Connecticut group and the New Hampshire group, at one point, some of the people who started New Hampshire had been with the Connecticut group working with the modules. So all the modules could, from both groups, could hook up together. So, and it was all based, I believe, on the Del Oro Pacific modules.
Well, I think that was where they all started, and then there was somebody from the Connecticut that drew up the plans, and that's how we got it, and that's where we built our original, for the Pocono Mountain, we built ours on.
And Nico discussed that with us, the opportunity that if we stayed with their concepts, that we would be able to partner in the future.
So yes, we do have we're sticking to the track layout, but our modules are a little short. So, but you know, we could always boost them up, give them a little kickstand or support. Darren's already at Coca-Cola, ampersand Coca-Cola. Hashtag Coca-Cola, sorry, not ampersand.
So our first giveaway item for the night is an LGB 42911 Coca-Cola boxcar,
Always the real thing.
except nothing less, unless it's us.
And it has Katie couplers.
It has truck mount KD couplers on it.
Yep.
And I'd like to give a shout out to Kyle Kuiper, who donated that for our giveaway tonight. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. And
I have a bunch of these. Oh, no, metal wheels too.
metal wheels. on it.
Upgraded to metal wheels, and it's actually updated to roller bearing trucks because that's not the original trucks either. Those are the original trucks. Nope, not on this car.
They don't look like LGB trucks.
They are LGB trucks, but those
Oh,
are
they changed out the
Yeah.
style.
yes. So it's upgraded to the roller bearing LGB style trucks, metal wheels, and KD couplers.
So, and those are 909 KDs for the truck mount. So if you'd like to win that, just have to put hashtag LSL for large scale live in the chat.
It wasn't hashtag Yeti.
One,
You might think we're giving away like a
Larry.
race or something.
it's funny with the LGB cars that there is a shorty white color Coca-Cola car, European style
Yes.
box car. Then LGB couldn't make an agreement with Coca-Cola, but one of their dealers or distributors, Cimarron,
Yep.
was able to do it.
And Eric Fowler, it's not hashtag Yeti unless you're just joking.
and came out with some wooden ones. But then there was a company called Baumann in Germany that made 2 special or 3 special.
Well, they made 2
Coca.
Cimarron. There was 2 different versions of the Cimarron. One was the wood, and there was one that was steel.
Yeah, but the German, the ones that came from Germany, on one side it said drink, and the other side it says drink.
Yeah.
So Dave Peters is collecting all of them, and he managed to snag a couple from one of the gentlemen who was here with New Hampshire Garden Way.
I actually bought one of the Coca-Cola cars off you last year.
Yeah.
The hopper. And I have all the box cars, the tanker cars. I have the F7 set and the caboose, and you know.
So did we ever get Tal's opinion on the show?
So we're working on that, and you open up the box.
Well,
You went up and distracted everyone.
Larry got blasted on a Coca-Cola.
So again, Brad, go back. You said where you were.
All right, it was a great show.
Okay.
I enjoyed talking with the vendors. It seemed like whatever you wanted, it was there. And I think seeing some of the creations that are now being produced through the 3D printers, anything that you want is limited just to your imagination. What I saw was just fabulous.
Yeah.
Enjoy talking to all the vendors. One of our neighbors, Star Hobby, enjoyed seeing Don and speaking with him.
As always.
And I bought some wheels, Don. And again, just you had mentioned earlier, Larry, seeing what the kids were able to create with the cars as well as the houses they create. That was beautiful.
It was great. In the plastic model hobby, it's called make and take.
Yeah.
So that was a great idea.
Yeah.
Seemed like every time I went over there, when they were doing the exhibitions, it was no seats available.
Yeah.
And just to see that, seeing the H kids, knowing that, hey, they are going to be the next generation. Can't wait to see what they do.
And it was, the parents were getting into it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just giving that set away to that the woman and the son that won it. I mean, she was so happy. I mean, she was ecstatic to win that thing.
Oh, yeah. So all in all, it's like, I can't wait to come back.
Yeah, there you go. You got another. We're good for next year.
And if we have to come back with 5 of us in a truck, pulling a trailer for 13 hours, we'll do that. And to help Nico sell.
Did you guys like fall asleep on each other's shoulders? Not when you
It'll
were
take more-
driving,
it'll
not
take
when you were
more than
driving.
$100 to confess.
We don't want anything recorded.
But the great thing is you learn the names of the dealers
Yeah.
and the other people, and 2 or 3 times, one dealer happened to see me coming by and goes, wait a minute, let me ask this guy.
Yeah.
He's not associated with me, he's just knowledgeable about G-scale, and he can,
I had that people say, oh, I was over at this booth and they told me to come and talk to you because I'm looking for this part. That's.
And meeting individuals that I hear you guys talk about often on the show and just.
Not Larry, though.
Not Larry, but they're the great people that you talk about.
Yeah.
Getting to know them. For us, it was like meeting someone we knew a long time ago and they brought us back into a friendship.
one of the things that has come up in the past year is the 2007 East Coast Show, which was a little crazy on the banquet there. And you know why. And there's been a recurring joke that I've been involved in that for those almost 17 years now. Yeah, 17 years.
That's about how long we've known each other.
Yeah. So you do get to know each other. I tell people where I work and in my previous job, I go, look, I can go from Massachusetts to California or Florida or anywhere. And I can assure you there's people I know.
Yeah.
I can get together, have a dinner. They might even say, hey, instead of the hotel, why don't you stay here? And my last job, people used to make fun of it, but we were moving our office from Oakland to San Francisco, and when we were done, I had researched all the toy train stores, and it was one over by Jack London Square, and I had the VP bring me there, and we're walking through, and all of a sudden he realizes there's an old couple, they're looking down, looking up, looking down, looking up, and he goes, there's a couple staring at you, and they put their head down, they put it up, and so I look over, and they realize I'm looking at them, and I go, LGB, I think it was either the Pash or Telegram magazine that had come out that winter, and I can't remember the winter. I go, there's a big fat guy in an orange T-shirt standing next to a guy in a suit, standing next to a fat guy, not as fat, in an orange T-shirt. And they're like, yeah. I go, yeah, the big fat guy was me. And that's when we used to have a thing called the Young Convention, where a bunch of us who were members of the old LGBTMRC, and we all had kids, and we got along really well. And we'd get together in Hershey in October. And that year, LGB wanted to be a sponsor, so I came home. When I came home, I think the cheapest beer I had in the 3 cases of beer was Sam Adams. That was the cheapest beer, but we had a blast.
And that's like I said, I mean, coming here and the trains is just, to me, it's a portion of it. It's seeing the people, like, seeing you and hanging out with you and seeing the people that I don't get to see. I mean, Andrew and I talk a lot and, we're on the computer and talking and that kind of stuff, just being able to hang out with him and have dinner with him and, make fun of him, all that stuff right to his face instead of in a text. It's just, that's worth it.
I'm going to research, not for the January show, but I'm going to research a hotel that has a bar that we can all go down and sit at.
That's what I thought this one had. I was
Well, we
when we walked in.
we could have taken that over.
So far here.
I would have bought beer.
So you want to do the drawing for our car here?
Yes.
Because we're already at 8:14.
Oh, we're gonna run this thing till midnight. Pretty good.
Somebody all going to turn into like turnips.
We're out the door at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So
I heard you're sleeping and not driving.
yes, the first one.
All right.
I am not a morning person.
I told my wife we can sleep until 8 in the morning.
Let's see. I'm just gonna find the right thing to share. Let's see who the winner of our wonderful Coca-Cola party is gonna be. Let's see. That's not sharing. So it's-
Beautiful billboard box card. The graphics are wonderful on these too.
Anyways, What?
Yeah, I have enough Coca-Cola, older Coca-Cola stuff. One of my club members said, "Will you sell me your mobile?"
All right.
Here we go. And the winner is,
Oh, thank you.
You're excluded, Larry.
I didn't even.
there it goes. Again, I'm watching, I'm on one screen.
Well, I'll let you do it since you're seeing it after.
Yes, because you're gonna announce it. People are like, what? Oh, Joshua Sanders.
All right. I didn't just know him in person.
I don't know him in person, but he has, well, actually, I think I do know him in person, but, he has bought from me before.
All right. So all
Did
you
I
need to
return anything?
all you need to do, Joshua, is shoot us an email, info@largescaletrainings.com, with your name and mailing address, and we'll get that shipped out to you. We're going to see if I had a banner that's going through the email. Oh, there it is. Let's see. There you go. There's the email for you, Josh, in case you couldn't hear me or understand me.
All right, should we get rid of Larry and bring somebody else in?
Yeah, Larry's just going to suck the air out of it. This isn't a large scale live. This is late night with Larry does.
So if anyone picking up, we have to see.
Thank you, Larry.
Oh,
Oh, I should have put a bottle.
Thank you, Larry.
you're welcome. Thank you. Anyone want to see what someone keeps in the wallet? Hey, get out of my wallet. There's a picture of me in the wallet.
I'm not sure how that got in there.
All right, who wants to come up next?
He wants to be the next victim.
And is there anything else you want to add about the show?
Nico, I just want to tell you, I had one disappointment.
Well,
I came
can you with me?
fully expecting to leave with a beautiful green truck shade.
Yes,
And of course, someone else,
you were robbed.
I was robbed.
Oh,
But an outstanding show. I look forward to next year.
You want to jump in here?
I don't care.
by the way,
I'm tired.
Joshua Sanders said he just picked up a box of goodies from you.
Oh, that's right, yes. Are you still here?
Are you still up here? Do you live here? You haven't headed home yet?
I believe he's in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe I'll be driving by your place tomorrow.
Andrew will make a personal visit and hand it to you.
If you're somewhere in my route between West Springfield, Massachusetts, and the Youngstown area of Ohio, I might be able to just take care of shipping that on my own.
Yes.
So yeah, shoot me an email as soon as you can. Give me your address and that. Or if you're still up here till tomorrow, I'm leaving in the morning sometime. But
Yep.
just let me know. I'll get it shipped to you or delivered to you.
Just come to room.
Yeah, I did move 220.
If you want to see again, yes, go to room 220. We'll just leave that sit there for now. We'll hold on to that for a little bit. But,
Yeah.
So, anyway, sorry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So state your name.
My name's Stephen Barrier. I am,
So for you that don't understand Southern, that was Stephen Barrier.
I thought it was Barry A.
well, it has been, according to Nico.
Does he drive a car?
And I put oil in it.
I thought he was Southern French.
But no, I'm from Germantown, North Carolina. I rode up with Nico and
I'm sorry.
Savage. And it's been a great experience. It's my second all of G scale show. Last year I was able to attend the show in Warren.
Yep.
With the Riverside Garden Railway. And I do plan on going back again June the 1st, I believe it is. And it's just been a real great experience. I've been able to put names with faces, and some of them I hope to forget, Larry. But
What's that in my eye?
it was just real overwhelming at the amount of product here, new and used. I hope to be able to thumb my way back to Germantown, but I'm not going to be able to afford gas. But
Wait, what's the name of that town?
Germantown,
Germantown.
yes, sir.
I thought
Not
you said-
Germantown, Germantown.
Ah, okay. And you say we talk funny up here?
No.
So, first night we get here, I'm in the hotel room and, I text Larry. I say, yeah, we got here. He goes, what room you in? So I sent him my room number. He goes, all right, come down and say hello. So I got Steven on one side of me and Larry on the other side of me, and they're talking. I'm like, I don't know what the hell he thinks.
You were supposed to be translating.
Yeah.
You're the interpreter.
I couldn't even interpret. I didn't know what either one of them was talking about.
It's been a real great experience. It's a long ride up here, but it was well worth it. I will say riding with 5 of us in the truck broke up the monotony. If you're planning a long trip, find some people that would ride with you and enjoy the show. Unfortunately, down in North Carolina, the G-scale community seems to be a lot more scarce than up here in the northeast. So maybe it will grow southern, and we'll see. But it's been a good time.
One of my friends moved down, Bill Hewitt. I'm not sure where he lives. I know.
Just don't come see it. Okay.
One place he went to was a gas station that sold guns, and he knew he wasn't in Massachusetts anymore.
But no, it's been great. And I have had a lot of ribbon about my dialect and southern drawl, but get used to it.
So with friends like us, I mean, it was just carrying to each other pretty much the whole way up. No stone was unturned, and no mistake was let go.
Wouldn't be let go on the way home?
No, probably, maybe because we're too tired to rip each other. But on the way up, we were all ready to go. We're all fresh, and yeah, I mean, just the ribbing started as soon as we got in the car. I know, Talman and Melvin had met a couple times, but Steven and Melvin were first time meeting, and they got each other's number right off the bat, and we're having fun. I mean, we just had a good time.
I really hadn't. I've known Andrew for probably a year and a half, 2 years. I met Nico last fall, and he came down to my place and ran trains, and it's just amazing how much people open up not only their knowledge and all, but their houses to let you come and stay so that we can enjoy this hobby together.
Yeah.
Stephen wouldn't be here if Nico didn't beg him to come.
Yes.
I feel like I got robbed.
I really got to start selling those shirts.
I mean, people were saying it at the, I was robbed. They would sell better than Large Scale Live.
Actually, have one in the front, one in the back.
Yeah. Is anything else you want to add about the show?
I am
or
about finished.
you're about done?
I am.
Talking with the shed.
Yeah, you missed it.
Well, I think Andrew showed some pictures on a previous show about my outdoor storage shed.
Yeah.
If you're ever trying to put, but if you're trying to put a face and can remember the storage shed, it was mine. And
Is he talking about that outhouse?
Shed. He's talking about a shed. You were talking about a shed. What are you guys not understanding each other?
Is that southern dialect?
shed.
Shed. He's talking about a shed. Yeah.
It's going to get better getting Steve Benko on here.
No, and, it's just I enjoy running trains, but I don't have time to set them out a lot of times. So I built me a storage shed so I can just run them in there and hook right up and pull them out and run for 30, 45 minutes, put them back up and go in the house. So it's real convenient for me.
I will put in the chat.
Does that give you time for a beer?
Too.
Let's see. So
What are we waiting on now?
I'm just putting in the chat to check out later, please not during the live stream. I linked to a video of Stephen's layout that I made, I think, a year or so ago.
Oh, you actually made it?
Well,
Well,
this is one he's put up.
No, there's probably like 2 other I haven't made yet.
Ah.
But I did drop in the chat over on YouTube and Facebook a link to that video if you'd like to check out Stephen's layout. Even though it doesn't have the newest updates because the video's older, but
And Cody's been there, if anybody knows.
even when he's not there, he's making changes.
Andrew had out some nice 3D printed items on his table. So I was trying to help and be as helpful as I could. So I made a sign for Andrew that, this is the 3D printed car that Andrew still has not built. But you have the sign.
No, that's rude.
You offended me.
Andrew, I do have a police, I'll do it, my police baton in my car.
What you got there?
Oh, I've got everything in here.
That's the cooler.
Sorry.
Oh my God, there's Jimmy Hoffa.
I was just gonna say here, we'll set the car that Nico's talking about right there.
So Dan, because of a request from Andrew, because he
Well, I
wanted these
didn't
cars.
request it. Dan did it just after me talking to him about it. I didn't ask him to do it.
Andrew just said he would like to have an work car. And this is what, 2-3 years ago now, Dan? Dan can chime in here.
Yeah, something like that.
So that gentleman printed 93 of them, and Andrew still hasn't assembled one. 90 assembled, painted decals.
He did 90 of them, and he says he's building no more. 90 was enough.
Yes. And Andrew is still struggling on number 1.
And I do have a video of all 90 rolling by on that modular leg. It goes on for a while.
So, and I will say, something else is the modulars were very breathtaking.
Yeah.
In case we need to clean the show up.
I can use that for my fur.
But, it was really, really something to see, like the 90 car train and, it's just beautiful and watching everybody run their different trains around there at various times of the day.
And since I know he's not watching, he's not gonna see it. You know, everybody knows how much our friend Jonathan Straczynski loves the Aristo FA. So I bought this lovely tin sign to hang up in his man shed for him. He cherishes it forever.
I hope he doesn't own guns, and the next thing you see it, it's like a
Buckshot.
shotgun.
Buckshot throughout it.
But yeah, again, thanks for all the northern hospitality and I look forward to maybe coming back again.
Yeah, we hope so. You've been great fun.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
You want to start the,
We can do the giveaway on that one, because we are gonna have another one after that.
okay,
Our
'cause
next-
we're
our
already get down to 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
33.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's because our next guest is,
Steve Berger.
is still off getting a beverage, it seems.
Is Dan?
No.
No.
So our next item, since I have the box for it, this is a USA Trains Conrail center beam flat car,
Very cool.
R17412. Again, donated by our friend Kyle Kuiper.
Yeah, Cal.
This does have
Metal wheels.
metal wheels,
Katie.
body or Katie truck mounted couplers. It does have the USA couplers if that's your flavor. If you use hook and loop, just ask the guy sitting next to you, they probably have a bag of them.
Except the guy from Sacramento. What was that say?
Yeah. So yes, that's our next giveaway here. Let me see here, make sure I'm set up to take that.
Andrew, for the next car, hashtag Nico got robbed, please. That's what Kyle.
I would, but I think some people would, that'd be a lot to type in.
Hashtag NGR.
I don't know if that's much.
We're just gonna leave it at hashtag LSL just to make it easy for everybody. Although I do like the idea of Kyle. Let's
There you
see.
go, one
One?
entry.
Oh,
So should we ask our next guest to step up to the limelight?
no, because currently I just see the curtains in his room being back in.
I was gonna say, Melvin.
I don't think he wants.
Melvin, you don't want to come on?
I don't think I've said everything I would say.
No.
I mean, it's a great show.
Mike, you want to come on for the 2-year view? No?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Twist your arm.
Although I just signed up for your
Oh,
giveaway, so does that disqualify me?
Yeah.
Find out who talk.
no, you're not part of the show.
You're good. Hello, everyone. My name's
My friend Mike Will.
pleased to see everybody.
Oh.
This is my second year here, and I've enjoyed both times, and I can tell that this show is increasing in importance, and it's going to be even better in the future years, where next year we understand they're going to go to a building that's almost twice the size.
One and a half times.
One and a half times. So it's
growing.
It's growing. We had a bigger attendance this year than last, and I don't see any change in that trajectory. So I'm impressed, and impressed enough for me to also make the trip up from Virginia Beach, Virginia area. But I rode Amtrak. I'm not crazy enough to go with them.
And you actually made it here.
What's this Sasquatch stuff there?
You don't win the car if you put that in.
I think Mark Portell said hashtag LSD.
All right, fix that quick.
It's not the 60s anymore. I don't think they even make LSD anymore, do they?
Let's not talk about it.
I'm not gonna say they do and I'm not gonna say they don't because they give away something.
But one thing that I look forward to these shows is to see people that you don't see. You talk to them, you buy things from them, you sell things to them online, and you don't get to actually see them. So that's been really phenomenal to have an opportunity to meet and greet lots of other people in the hobby. And I just got into the hobby in 2020 when I retired from Norfolk Southern after 40 years.
40 years.
40 years, yeah.
You're still Thompson.
I started when I was 12. Actually, I did start when I was in college. Summer of college, I was a track labor.
Oh,
But then train master,
talking about the summer job.
and then in staff at headquarters and handling money.
So
Anyway,
Dan said that they're going from 55,000 square feet to 123,000 square feet. And I know there's already another club that signed on to be there. Two more clubs, so 2 more modular layouts next year.
so that's more than double.
Yeah.
So I'm right.
1.5 times.
I wish we get the, what is the Susquehanna group that would put the layout on the ground at the East Coast show?
Oh, are they gonna come up? They're
No,
gonna
I'd
try?
like to see them.
Oh, Turk.
As long as they don't use the dirt head that had manure in it, which they did one year. And they were right in front of where the food.
Oh, it does? So, Ted's saying that Amtrak comes down to Atlanta, to August today.
Yeah.
Yeah, the schedules are terrible usually on some of those trains, like the Southern Crescent. I think they go through at like 1 a.m. So be prepared is all I'm gonna say. It's not as favorable as here. I got on at 7 a.m. and was here or 9 a.m. and we got here at 9 p.m. So a 12-hour trip, and it was nice.
All I would say is I took a regional from New York City to Route 128 station, which is over by Boston. And
Where's that?
Boston, B-A-W-S-T-I-N.
Oh, thanks for.
And I think it added, what should have been 3.5 hours. I think it took me like 5.5 hours.
Well, this train was full leaving New York City. They said every seat is taken. You need to move your belongings out of the seat next to you if you have any, because every seat's going to, and I thought, wow, that's amazing.
When we took it up last year, we started out and the train was pretty much empty. And then every stop you increase, and then as you got towards DC, you really increased. And then, as up in New York, you were full. And then as you went past, then it started decreasing again. And then you got here and you were back down to like the amount of people you started with.
But one other thing that I really like about these shows is I kind of save up my wish list because I know that I'm going to have vendors there and they're going to give you an excellent price. So bought a lot of stuff today.
Nico will have a trailer call.
Yeah.
Actually, I checked Facebook Marketplace. And like 3.5 weeks ago, I found a guy selling 30-year-old LGB cars that have been stuck in his dad's closet. I got it for $40 a piece, and I sold them $40 a piece. to one, no, I don't. I don't make, profits off of my friends, except if there's something that makes a Dixon line, then I guess. 30%.
What's a CAS? I'm still wondering what a CAS is. Yes. For future shows, we should keep Larry for off-screen commentary.
Can you hear him? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. We can hear him.
Can everybody hear Larry off screen?
Well,
Better yet, does anyone want to hear Larry?
All right, who's next?
Camarillo Pacific is, I guess he's there because he's entering the giveaway.
We'll go ahead and do the giveaway for this. Thank you, Mike,
Thank you, Mike.
for reluctantly coming on.
You did a good job, Mike. I do have father stuff in Confederate uniform.
All right, so we're gonna see who wins the wonderful
Conrail.
donation by Mr. Kyle Kuiper. I wish Sean was here so you could call him Keeper.
Keeley Keeper.
All right, so who's it gonna be? We'll let Nico announce it.
Yeah, because otherwise Andrew will announce it beforehand.
Or he won't pronounce it correct.
Or he won't pronounce it correctly.
Hey! Well, you know,
Hey, but
I'm just gonna watch as you wait to see who it is.
Ted Yarborough.
Yeah, he did.
Congratulations, Ted.
I guess he's down in Georgia, right? Atlanta?
Yeah, I would say Ted was not up here for the show. So yeah, if you want to send me your info, Ted, I will gladly ship that car off to you. There could be a possibility I could come down to Atlanta in August, but we're gonna have to wait till August to find out if that's gonna.
Should we look in the other room to see if Mandy's going no or?
I wouldn't look at that.
What?
It all depends on my finances to get there. Traveling for this show and then we get a big transfer convention in the middle of June. But it's tapped out. Yeah. So, just,
Seven, 8 hours.
send it on over to the,
You know, they booked me in the morning. New York.
Maybe I should take that one. We could cheaply make it ship.
Drive for 7 right now.
that's fine too.
Yeah.
But you think I have a big.
I'm closer in Atlanta.
One of us will ship this to you, so just shoot an email like info, large-scale trains. Get it to you one way or the other.
I couldn't put the seat on.
So congratulations again, Ted. Thanks again. The two giveaways. We're gonna have another giveaway before the show ends.
You know, I was off to New York.
And before we have our next guest on here, before I forget, let me get rid of
And the people from T-Mobile bands mean.
I guess because we have that microphone on, it is hard for people to hear what them talking. Larry! What?
You can talk, you gotta be quiet.
You got some upset.
Before I forget here though, I do want to show the sponsor video for Me Loves Trains before I forget till the very end of the show. And then we'll be right back with our guest, Colin.
The thing's still playing. You're already ahead of people. Oh, it's never mind.
Come on, stick it in.
That's not great. This guy, you know, I'm hearing Nico talking and my ear hears differently. I can't have audio playing back because we're going through the phone and we'll get all kinds of weird feedback. So if you want such, it's figures out how to unwrap his earphones everywhere.
It's like, that's why I don't have these type of things. I just throw the earphones in a bag.
What did you bring in?
What? Earphones.
Obviously. It's a good thing I have spare stuff.
I didn't know I had to.
You only have to put one in. You have to put both in if you don't want.
Oh,
Here that goes.
stop that.
It's just. All right. And there it is.
There, what is?
Let's see it.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
I hear him.
Hey,
There he goes.
Ooh, you're gonna see delay and from how you're hearing, aren't you?
Yes,
What?
I can just switch screens. I'm on YouTube, so I can comment, but I haven't really commented, so. There we go.
Now I understand why you've been behind.
Well, this way I can actually see what people are seeing as they're seeing it.
Good.
You know,
Well, hello,
I-
everybody.
I care about our,
Yeah, Colin's on. Do you want to talk to him?
I talk it on.
Hey, I just saw you not too long ago, Nico.
Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah, I know. We were sharing a big old booth together
Yes, for a whole weekend.
for a whole weekend.
There we go, that's better. It's very hard to hear here because I hear it and then I hear it again.
Ah. So you hear me saying twice.
I don't hear
No, I hear us talking and then I hear you talking. It's more of on our side.
Oh, okay. It's a you thing, not a me thing.
Well, hey, and I can hear those guys too.
They're not saying anything. Hello?
What?
Yes.
So, Colin, this was your first time coming to the show all the way from the West Coast. What do you have to say about it?
This is my first time coming to the state of Massachusetts, actually. And as well as East. This is the furthest east aside from the RLD open house I've ever been. It was great. It was a fun show. You know, my expectations, I had no expectations. I had nothing to expect. And I was just begged by you, Andrew. Nico, you're just by proxy. You were there because Andrew says to come out. And so I came out and here I am. A lot of cool people I got to meet finally in person. And, you know, like some of the other guests said, you know, it's good to finally meet people in person and have that human interaction and really connect as opposed to just, you know, talking online or talking over the phone. It's really great to really connect with people and just, you know, connect and talk about trains. It's really awesome.
Yep. They said it's great when we get to see people that you don't get to see all the time.
Yeah, I gave a lot of hugs. I'm a hugger, so I gave a lot of hugs to people that I know, and it was great.
I made your day when I let you know about your trains that made it.
Oh yeah, that was an emotional day. Not only because I was on 2 hours of sleep, doing a red eye, but finding out that some of my lost trains showed up, and UPS still says they're lost.
You have the video playing
So-
on the screen? Sorry, good, Colin.
No, it's cool. No, I was just saying that it was just great that, you know, the trains that I shipped out, even though there's still some trains that are at large, still lost. But one of the big things was that my GB60 arrived, and and also the 2025 NGRC locomotives and cars showed up, or at least a majority of them showed up. So my friend Matt Abro and his father Jerry Abro and I were all like, just our minds exploded. We were like, wait, UPS still says everything's gone. So yeah, Nico, you were a great person to give the great news.
That's what I try to give back.
Yeah, thanks. You're so giving,
I,
like Santa Claus with no hair.
Santa Claus, I'm the bald Santa Claus.
Yes. No, but it was a fun show. You know, to hear that, you know, they had, you know, what is it, 2,750 people attend. Like, that was great. I do want to give a shout out to, I want to give Steve Junkst and Melinda Junkst again a shout out for, you know, getting our children, our youngins focused into the hobby and their mission to bringing them in, and because that's the only way this hobby is going to stay alive is our next generation. So
Yeah.
I want to commend them and just hunkering down with kids and just letting their imagination go on these flat cars. Super cool.
And the buildings too.
What was that?
They had buildings too.
Oh yeah, the buildings. Yeah, the buildings. I think I saw Chris Sambucci's kids like make some huge buildings and paint them and whatever their imagination took them to.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they got to take them home.
Yeah, and they were
Cool.
nice buildings.
Yeah. It was really cool.
So, yeah.
Sorry, my knee's killing me from standing all weekend.
My lower back is killing me.
Hey, here's a guy.
There's Nico's, my lower back's killing me picture.
So, yeah, there you go. You can see some of the vendors in the background. This was over by the Kingston layout. That's Star Hobby back there.
Yep. There were a lot of vendors.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what would be next for next year compared to this year. And especially also knowing the growth rate of last year to this year, I'd love to see what's going to happen next year with the amount of vendors and the amount of people that are going to come.
Yeah. I mean, with all these clubs, with all these shows, the more clubs you get, you bring more people in. And then the vendors sell more. So, still waiting on a shorty tank card.
Yeah. So Tom, you're right. Those are the still at large packages that are missing. That is still a hard pill to swallow, or a hard shorty tank card to swallow right now. I did buy another one for the black one as a precautionary measure from Charlie Rowe this weekend, and I'm shipping it back home to California. Not ground, not ever shipping ground, shipping 3-day or 2-day air, along with my GB60. So yeah, we'll see. Just keep your fingers crossed. If they show up, great. They don't.
Maybe they will.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a call from John in like a week.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I love this Pan Am F unit that Jake Littlefield has.
Yep.
The ditch lights look good. The bell and the horn, everything just looks super nice. The paint job was dialed.
Yeah, this is another one of those kit bashed items that I'm talking about. Just the great things that people do. One-offs. That's what I like to see, especially when so many people could buy a train and just take it out of the box.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your 90 cars.
Yeah, the 90 car. Was it 90 cars?
Yeah, there was 90 of them. Just trying to grab a few photos here.
And he can't make one.
I wanted to show this photo.
Kingston.
Those fuel tanks are actually made from fuel tanks off of semi trucks.
Yep.
Cut in half.
Those are really cool. And then he had the grain silos behind.
Yes.
There's a lot of cool stuff to see. What did I say? No, good wire. From Greg.
What's that?
So my GP60.
So Greg, I don't know if you guys all know, Greg Almassian has a website that is very thorough with a lot of Ted's write-ups as well as Greg's write-ups. And Greg is also, I believe, an asset to our community. But he's writing up a very, very thorough write-up on the GP60, including I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, a one to figure out the pinouts of the board that is for the Loke sound or I think, to actually decipher it and potentially maybe even make a breakout board for, because it's not existent. So he's been going through it meticulously and coming out with a GP60, I guess, X-ray of how it works.
Should I send him a set of ditch light covers?
Yes, he would love that.
Hey, where's my commission for selling Colin his ditch light covers?
I gave him the $5 back.
Oh,
I will say these ditch light covers are a much need for the GB60. I'm gonna put some red paint on it. You won't ever see the light bleed come out from it. Right now, mine's the first serial number, and it doesn't have anything. And so I put red painters or red electrical tape, and you can see it leak through. So this was a great thing. When I saw that you had that, I was like, I had to have it. So thanks, Nico. 4trackrailroad.store.
4Track RR.
Oh, sorry, 4trackrr.store. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
I got to get Greg's contact so I could send him a set.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. Lawrence, it's Larry.
Larry.
I sent it to a video.
What was funny though was when I talked to Larry that printed the 90 ore cars, I was talking to Scott
Suleski.
yeah, and he was saying about it was great to, Larry didn't screw up, and I thought he was talking about Larry Otis. And I said, well, he'll have another chance tonight. He's going to be on the live stream. He goes, no, he won't. And I'm like, yeah, Larry Otis. He goes, no, not Larry Otis. He can screw anything up. So
So if you have another giveaway, we have 9 minutes left.
and I'm not the one offering up the giveaway, so I'll let Colin mention that.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's where I come in. So I'm offering a giveaway of any of my products that are for the freight cars, not the locomotives, but the freight cars, including the unreleased or the unreleased intermodal freight car, which is released, but it's not because we don't have an installation guide. So that will be a conversation. But yeah, I'd be happy to donate a Campack box of your choosing of the freight car variant, and let me know. Whoever wins.
So we can do a different
hashtag Campack, or I don't know. What do you want to do?
We can.
He's not prepared again.
No, I was actually already heading and had it set, but
What did you have it at? Do it whatever you want
I
to
was
do.
just doing what we had been doing, but I just changed it to hashtag Campack. So
Whatever you want to
do. Change my.
And it's not Compact, it's Campack.
That's what I said, Campack.
I don't know. Some people say Compact for some weird reason.
Compact. Now they used to make computers until HP bought.
I know.
Isn't that what women use for their makeup? It's Compact.
Yeah.
There we are. Hashtag Campack in the chat. There we go. And they're already up. So would you come back to the show again, Colin?
I'm sorry?
Would you come back to the show again? The show?
That's a loaded question. Financially, I'm not sure if it's a smart decision for me. But I think what my biggest takeaway that I took from this, coming from California, was that I got to see a lot of people that I never got to see. And I also made some new customers. So it's a toss-up. Like, who knows? If flights come down, the prices and stuff like that, then yeah, absolutely, I would love to. Because it gives me a chance to get to see you all. And I think that would be... I think you ask me in 9 months, and then I'll tell you whether yes or no. It really depends on how Campack's doing.
I know the feeling.
I bet you do.
If I got anything else interesting I can show here.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle, yes.
That
Yes, I did give the boxes to Andrew.
Huh?
I said that engine looks familiar.
Oh yeah.
Andrew, I sent you some videos
Oh, you did? Okay, let me see.
on Facebook Messenger.
That was pretty cool too.
I really like that.
Who made that loading ramp?
I think that was a Kingston. No, that wasn't Kingston. That was New Hampshire, right?
All the way to the left.
Connecticut.
That was Connecticut.
Yeah.
That was
That
Connecticut.
the
Then?
loading ramp. I
Yeah, that was Larry's
loading ramp.
place.
Wayne Yancey.
Oh, it's Wayne.
Wayne Yancey.
Really?
Okay. Yep. That's beautiful. Don't tell Wayne I said that.
Hopefully he's not watching, right?
I don't even think he has it. Yeah.
He pokes up saying hi.
Paul Torrey said he'd like to see RLDs again next year.
RLD was fun last year. That's
That
when,
it was.
That's when Paul Carr and oh my gosh, from Germany,
Oliver.
Oliver. Thank you. Came
You're welcome.
out. And this guy named Jonathan Straczynski showed up, and I didn't know if he was allowed to come or not.
Robbie keeps trying to move the date, but he keeps showing up.
Well, anybody that's going this spring, you'll be safe. So I don't think Jonathan will be there. I shouldn't have said that. Now all the Jonathan fans won't go. It'll be like 2 people show up.
Robbie's be like, what the hell?
Gonna have that star power.
The draw. You gonna do a run it?
I was just looking to see if anybody else was putting anything in.
Last call for Campack.
There's an Amtrak next to my hotel.
You see Amtrak next to your hotel?
Yep.
No, it was
Right on the
exciting.
water.
Eating it, which Colin missed because he went and passed out from jet lag. Was eating it the steaming tender when the Amtrak train barreled past the windows.
Yeah.
Gotta get Jonathan out of the hot tub. That's for sure.
What about Jonathan in a hot tub?
He's always in one.
Oh, okay. I'm missing something.
He always posts pictures with his drink in a hot tub.
Oh, yeah.
If Jonathan's listening or watching, I have a gift for you that's coming.
There was a train ride today?
Yeah. Well, Saturday and Sunday from Springfield to Hartford and back.
Huh? Yeah, they had a train ride too.
Oh, yeah.
Hartford.
Hartford?
HAT.
Hatford?
I think it's the Hatfield.
Did it go from Boston to Hatfield?
And his accent. Oh. Alright, let me explain this. I'll tell you the story.
Hey, there's the F3 I brought you.
Okay.
Wait, can you rewind that?
Can I just tell you the story? Can I just tell you the story to this? So I brought my GP60 out, which somehow showed up, and then I was talking to Vinny, and I was like, this would be the most eclectic thing. Let's just start throwing cars on. And Vinny just starts grabbing train cars off of the tables and just puts them on.
Awesome.
And
Hey, is that my 60-foot?
yeah, it's your 60-foot. He literally started
Am I
grabbing
convinced?
cars left and right. And so we decided that the SP was positioned to run to do a museum piece move. However, the Campack car full of gold needed to be watched over by the U.S. military, so that's why the Humvees were there. And then the New Haven 60-foot had machine guns in it with a whole bunch of armory stuff. And then there's just a random Conrail caboose, just because why not? That was the story we came up with.
You gotta play it again now.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Yeah, you'll never see a GP60 with an F3.
You gotta pause it when I say.
Okay.
And pause. I just wanted to point out that there's another finished hopper.
No,
Yeah, that's the one that Vincent finished in his sleep.
Just wanted to point there was another one that was finished.
Let's see, I think Colin sent me one other video.
I sent you a bunch of stuff, but
Did we do the drawing?
Yeah, we'll be drawing here in a moment.
Yeah.
that's Eric Ruder's train. I will say Eric Ruder has a very beautiful set of modules that he has for that that group.
A lot of talent.
Yeah. All right, let's hit this raffle.
All right.
Oh, and Procore. Yes. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Kyle. I am tired.
Nico needs a beer.
Yes, and I need that too.
Hashtag Nico needs a beer.
Yes.
Oh, that would have been a perfect hashtag.
All right. Let's see who's going to win here. Hey, Dave Taylor. Do you know Dave Taylor by chance, Colin?
I think so.
What?
Wait a second, hold on.
You gotta think about that now.
He's been related to the guy who had the band, Steve did.
All right, let's see. Well, Dave, I know you know how to get hold of me. If you want to send me something through Messenger, you can, or shoot an email to info@largescaletrains.com and I'll send it off to Colin.
Here you go. I just put it in the chat. Colin at Camarillo. Oh, it won't show. Colin at Camarillo.
Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it.
Kyle. Oh, yes. Thank you again, Cal. And thank you, Colin, for offering a giveaway for your Campack products.
Thanks, guys, for having me. Thanks for inviting me to the show, and everybody pray for the tank cars to show up.
I hope so. Alrighty, it's 9:02, and I'm fading fast.
90210?
Yes.
It's not quite 10 years ago.
And gentlemen at your age fading at 9 o'clock.
So,
I guess.
sorry for the,
60.
the offness of the live stream tonight. We'll pull it back together next month, which will actually be a little bit earlier next month. That is actually going to be on the 19th at 7 p.m. because the last weekend's Memorial Day weekend, and they're going to be unavailable.
I'm going to be sleeping.
Sleeping. Okay, wait, 19th. We're going to be in North Carolina.
What?
We're going to be in Stevenson. Not that that's a problem.
I'll be home.
You want to do a show at the BTL?
Well, that's going to be in June.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
one last thing. Don't forget the 2025 NGRC in Sacramento. If you book it early, go to the get on the banquet. You'll be able to have dinner in the Sacramento Railroad Museum, which is freaking amazing. So they did a lot of work recently. So check it out. So 2025 NGRC. Check it out. It's in Sacramento. My friends put a lot of work into coming out to see you guys, and they're still working on the whole event. So check it out.
And thank you to all our guests tonight, including you, Colin. And thank you for everyone that came to the show. We appreciate it. Large Scale Live. And
This isn't bright orange, so you stand out like mine, but sorry for the clash between my shorts and, I had to get rid of the jeans.
It's such sexy shorts.
We're looking at my butt, Mary.
Get me off this thing.
Get you off this thing. What is this wild ride? All right.
Beefy.
Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you on the 19th next month. All right.
Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.